I wondered if you could maybe give us a view of how it looks in your first few months in office, and tell us what you think.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. It's almost on my way home. Actually, I live in Wrightwood, so my first night when I was appointed on January 10th, 2 months ago, I had the pleasure of coming to an event at the Pinion Hills Community Center, and that was my first appearance as the new supervisor. And it was gratifying because Tri-Community is my home, and it's part of my district, and it's just it's really an honor to represent basically my neighbors, down in San Bernardino. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and the transition has been pretty smooth. I'll explain kind of how it happened. For those that don't know, former supervisor Bill Postmas was elected as assessor in a countywide election and vacated the seat in January. And the board of supervisors, most counties actually don't have this, but our county is a charter county, and the board of supervisors has the responsibility to replace to fill vacancies on the board. Most counties it goes to the governor. In our case, it only goes to the governor if the board can't agree. And the board actually did deadlock 2-2 for a couple days. There were 13 applicants. It came down to me and a former councilman from 29 Palms. And 2 days after they first voted, one of the votes switched to me, so I was appointed on January 10th. And it's been a very smooth transition. I have a lot of the same staff that Bill had. I've added made a couple changes here and there, but things are going well. I work very well with the board. They already know me, and I'm knee deep into the budget. We have a $4.6 billion budget. It's quite a document to get your arms around, but I've been doing it for 6 years because I was chief of staff for the previous supervisor, so I pretty much know all the ins and outs of that. So it's a great opportunity. A lot of ideas that I've had that we weren't able to really get to with Bill, now I get to do. I don't know how long I'm going to get to do them. I have 2 years. It's the remaining 2 years on his second term. I haven't decided whether I'm running in 2008. The election will be in June of 2008. It'll be the primary, and the runoff will be in November. I'm getting married in July, so I'm talking to my fiance about whether it would be the right move to run. I'm certainly enjoying it. I think I'm getting a lot done, but we'll just have to see about whether I'm going to run. The way I kind of see it is the personal goal I've set for myself is I'm in a position to do as much in 2 years as I think a new supervisor who's new to the job would probably take 4 years to do. And so that's kind of a personal benchmark that I've set for myself. So I've got an aggressive approach. I want to bring as much new infrastructure to the area as I can. Make sure we get a fair share of facilities, and that our park money and so forth. Charlie was talking about the CSD, which is great. Fully support the effort. And in fact, I'm going on LAFCO, Local Agency Formation Commission. Next week, I'll be sworn in as a member, so I'll actually be voting on it.
That's a yes vote, right?
Yeah, because the county has seats on that board, so I'll be getting one of those. And I want to thank Charlie for that effort. We had a marathon board meeting yesterday down in San Bernardino. Started at 9 a.m. ended at about 6 p.m. And the last 3-4 hours of it was the final adoption of the new general plan, which includes the 13 community plans. It's a very innovative, cutting-edge general plan. This community was very well represented by Ken Anderson, who is the best planning commissioner I've probably ever seen. And he's coming. Ken has actually chosen not to continue on the planning commission. once he got the general plan done, he said he had other things to attend to, but he certainly made his mark and did this community a great service on the commission in many respects, not the least of which is this new general plan. Charlie was very active in the general plan process, and we're actually now going to be formally reviewing the general plan every 5 years. This was the first, I believe since 1989, the first time we comprehensively, completely overhauled the general plan. You're really supposed to do it every 10 years as a municipality or county. So we're really behind schedule. It's long overdue, but we're going to get it done. Also, I want to thank all of the MAC members and the water advisory members for their service. The input we get from you folks is invaluable. And believe me, I don't want to govern your water company. I don't want to govern your water district. I don't want to govern your parks or your street lights from San Bernardino. I would certainly much rather have that you have self-government here. It's a natural progression, and this community is certainly at that point in its evolution to become a CSD. And so I think it's the best thing to come down the pike in a while. And so I'm fully supportive of that. We have a lot of land use issues, a lot of land use applications coming up. I was not handed an easy road. I have a lot of land use decisions that are going to be coming to the board in the next particularly the next few months. They sort of got backed up with the previous supervisor, and then they got put over onto the new supervisor. So I'm getting into the details of those and listening to all of those concerned, and we'll just try to get through those. Yesterday, the board we passed a anti-illegal dumping ordinance, which is long overdue. We actually didn't have one. I think it's very important because the desert is not a dumping ground, and that's a message that we have to send here. We now have penalties up to $10,000 and a year in jail for the more serious offenses.
You're not going to shoot them.
Well, actually, one of the things we're looking at is getting code enforcement officers the ability to arrest the offenders if they catch them doing it. It's not all that often that they do catch them doing it, but it does happen. And the problem is now they have to call a deputy, and that could take a while. By the time a deputy gets there, the guy might get away. So I'm looking for tougher penalties. We've got county council researching that now, but we're kind of limited by the state as to penalties, but we're also increasing surveillance of problem sites where these things happen. We have actually hidden cameras in a couple areas, and we're going to increase that significantly. We're also going to establish a reward program for people who turn people in. I want to also attack it from a community cleanup angle. My office is organizing cleanups. We'll be hearing more about that, and I'll be putting CDBG money into that. Also, I'm giving the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, their dump cards back because I want to reduce the cost of their cleanups.